Good morning, Coach. Let me get you spotlighted here. 1 second. There's a few more people want to ask you some questions this week as opposed to sometimes last year. So you have plenty of takers. So
Okay.
We'll do an opening statement, and then if you have a question for Coach Simpson, I saw a hand raised. Also, let me know down in the chat, and I'll just call on you in the order that I get. So 1 sec. UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson. Skyhawks are going to take on number 1 ranked Georgia this week. So, Coach, just your thoughts on finally getting the season started.
Yeah, like always, year 18 here at Martin, so certainly excited about it. New challenges, lot of new players. Excited to see us get an opportunity to, where we are, and the growth of this team. So certainly a tremendous challenge ahead of us, but that's what the schedule laid out. So our kids are certainly excited about the opportunity and challenge ahead.
Thanks, Coach. I'm going to call on some people here, and if I miss you, just let me know as we go. We keep going. We'll go David Paschal. You're first. Go ahead.
Hey, Jason, I was curious about, I talked with Rusty Wright yesterday. They play Alabama at the end of the year. These are such big opportunity games that come with a paycheck, but I was wondering, is there a best time of year to play this game? Do you have a preference where you play? I know you played Tennessee kind of smack dab in the middle last year. Just didn't know if you had a preference when you play games like this.
I don't know if I'm right either way. I think if you made me choose, I would say early, just because you can kind of get focused back on your conference play, and as you go forward, instead of that looming down there at the end of your schedule, sometimes it can affect your momentum. If you're in a playoff hunt or conference championship run. Okay, so if you made me pick, I would say early, but it's certainly the challenge is the same either way it goes.
A quick follow. Rusty also said that you feel these kind of games about 2 weeks after you play them, sometimes physically. Have you kind of experienced that you have to be on guard for how the team's going to feel a couple of weeks later after playing these kind of matchups?
No, in my experience, no. And that's just my personal experience. Our kids have done a pretty good job of bouncing back and, moving to the next week. Yeah, we've only won one of these, and it was against Memphis in 2012. No, there's, you go and compete, and the scoreboard's unforgiving. Doesn't say this is 2-time national championship and team, and this is a OVC team. There is no forgiveness in the scoreboard, but there's so much opportunity to grow, no matter so there's opportunities throughout the game for your team to get better, and what in my experience there's opportunities that helps you the next week, that helps you 3 weeks from now with some things that can get accomplished playing this type of competition.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Good to hear from you.
We'll go Jordan Hill from Dogs 24/7 next.
Jason, what was your experience like coaching with Trey Scott, and what's it been like seeing how far along he's come and where he is now?
I love Trey Scott. I love Trey Scott. He's a great person, great family man, great wife. I was telling somebody the other day that, and I'm sure he's just like that at Georgia working with Coach Smart. He had been at Ole Miss as a graduate assistant, so he's there with Coach Orgeron, right? So, really, great experience, and learned how to, to recruit at a high level. And I remember I'd walk in the building, and Trey Scott would be waiting for me, in the morning at 7 a.m., with the cell phone, and you know how Trey is, and he's funny and animated, and he would scream at the loud of his, at the top of his voice, Coach Simpson hunting, recruiting, and he'd have the phone there and put it in my face and get me on the phone with the recruit. And the guy's just tireless recruiter, and he's great at it. And then and he gets a lot of recognition for that. But look at the evaluation of the players, at his position, the D-line at Georgia. Then and then they're developed, and then they're coached. And he did the same thing here. And I'm very proud that Trey worked here with us. I still consider him a friend. We talk. Just think the world of him.
Let's go next to Mark Weiser from the Athens Banner Herald. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Coach, how are you doing?
Hello, hi.
Hey, I want to ask you kind of how you are, what the last few weeks have been like as you prepare for your season, and your son at Alabama is, in the heat of that quarterback competition. How much did you keep tabs on, how he was doing over there with that scenario?
Every day, every day. I'm a dad first, and whether it be my daughter playing high school basketball or my youngest son playing 8th grade middle school football, I'm a dad first. And so, I'm there to support them and be a sounding board for them and to, whether it's a cheerleader or encouraging or, just be a reference point for them. So, some days it was multiple times a day. Some days, it's a late 5-minute conversation at night, during camp before, his curfew. But no, it's difficult. It's very difficult, but we find a way to make it work.
And what can you say about, your quarterback that you'll bring to Athens on Saturday? How is he doing in your system, and what do you, how's he coming along?
Kincaid's a great kid, young man, graduate of Ole Miss, been around, Coach Kiffin and, some quality offense coordinators there. And this is his first time to get an opportunity to be the starter. He's been fun to work with, guys. He really has been. It's a work in progress. I think as you follow us, if you keep up with us later in the season, you're going to see him continue to grow with us. He wasn't here in the spring. So, you're talking about 20 practices and as I was watching practice tape this morning from last night, yesterday was probably his best practice, from just functioning and our terminologies and looking comfortable. So, I'm excited, wish we had another 3 weeks of practice before the first game, but, we're excited about him and we need him to play well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
I know some people just got in. I'm sorry, I didn't see the waiting room. So if you have a question for Coach, let me know down in the chat. We'll go to Michael Lance next. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Coach Lance McCurley from UJSports.com. I'm just wondering, Cal Kemp, he's an Athens area native, and I know he's probably not going to be playing quarterback for you much this season, but just what kind of person is he, within the program, and how have you seen him grown since you've got him, and Armar Gordon as well from Perry?
Cal's he is a great teammate. We're glad he's here with us. He's working really hard. His teammates have a lot of respect for him. We lost a quarterback a couple of weeks ago that left the team. So, everybody kind of moved up a rung. And, I look out there here between Kyle's classes and he's out there on the field. When you're the scout team quarterback, sometimes you don't get a whole lot of reps. And so, he's out there between classes going through just base plays by himself, or, I think I saw another young running back with him, just working on, handoffs, just in case his opportunity comes sometime down the road, he'll be able to help the team. So, both those kids are great teammates. They're working hard. And, as we continue to grow in their development, hopefully they can help the program.
Again, I know some people got let into the waiting room late. If you have a question for Coach, let me know. We can go about a minute or so over too. And this is being recorded, so it'll be available after we're done today. So anybody have a question for Coach, let me know down in the chat and I will call on you. Let's go to, I'm sorry, Chip, do you have a question? Go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Sorry, I was one of the guys standing around in the waiting room, apparently. So it may be a little bit of a rehash, but just wondering, obviously you've undertaken these type of challenges before. What is the process? What is the philosophy when you get ready to go into a lion's den of sorts? And just wondering where your team is. I know you guys endured a couple of tragedies this summer, and just wondering how that sort of has landed on the team and maybe sort of galvanized it a little bit.
No, great, Chip. I appreciate you. First thing, playing, my philosophy, our team's philosophy is with a lot of new guys. There's like 11 new guys on offense that will be playing significant roles. Got more experience on defensive guys than UTM experience. So right now we're concentrating on just us. Okay. I would tell you probably 80% is just on us, and to how's warm-ups look? How are we dressed? Are we dressed correctly? Can we get lined up correctly? I'm concentrating just on us. Okay. Now, obviously, when you turn the tape on and you see the amount of talent and high level of schemes and how kids are coached and effort and physicality, I see it. Okay. I'm sure everybody in the country does. Okay. So and tremendous credit to Coach Smart and that program and what they've recruited and developed there. But first and foremost, it has to be about us and just give ourselves a chance to be successful with not beating ourselves before the plays even snapped. Okay. As far as the tragedies this summer, I think it's galvanized us. Okay. As doesn't it always equal more wins? Okay. It doesn't. But as men, growing in our faith, showing compassion and love for those that go through a tragedy, to be able to rely on our faith and our beliefs in Christ. I certainly grew seeing young men in the tragedies they went through and how they handled it. A lot more, consistent prayers, for myself, for how those kids and their families handle those things. And it made us certainly better people.
If I could have one follow on that, do you have any insights on the Alabama quarterback job?
I know them all. I know all 5 of them. So that's a tough deal. I'm sure they'll put the guys out there that they think gives them a chance. But you know what? I thought I should have done that too. I told our team yesterday. I saw where was it LSU, Bama, and A&M that didn't release a depth chart. That's pretty cool. I probably should have done that. I don't even know who's on our depth chart. Our SID guys do that, but it is true. I mean, everybody's competing. Whoever done practice good this week, maybe first on your depth chart, and they won't get a chance to play on Saturday. So I thought it was a pretty good strategy.
Thanks,
Chip.
If anybody has one more quick question, we can do one more with Coach Simpson. Just let me know. Okay, this is hold on. If you ask Coach Simpson a question, let me know. I'll hold on. But Coach, thanks for letting me or joining us this morning. Best of luck on Saturday. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.